Hey everybody, this is Theorol again. You can find me on the Discord answering rules questions or doing the card text with Bob and Scott. So today we're going to continue on this Marvel Champions playthrough as we play through the various scenarios of Marvel Champions and use the heroes that you can have around the time when these were released, using decks that could be built around the time these scenarios were released. So today we're going to confront the Green Goblin. Having been foiled in his attempt to overtake Stark Industries, he's now decided that to abandon all idea of sanity and release a toxic mutagen gas on New York City to convert everybody into goblins, like this guy. When we set this up, we put a goblin minion into play, engaged with each player, which is just me. Starts with 2 threat. He has 18 health. And we get 2 encounter cards. In addition, whenever he attacks and damages me, I'm going to have to put a threat on the main scheme. So that'll be a thing that will probably happen. Alright, so we are opposing Green Goblin with Miss Marvel. Miss Marvel is one of my favorite heroes. She's a very interesting and entertaining hero to play. Around this time, aggression was pretty good for her, so we'll be running an aggression deck. This is the deck that I decided to put together. I don't know if I'm entirely happy with it, but well, we'll see how it works. So I took Hulk. I went ahead and didn't take Tiger today. Instead, we're going to have Hercules, because sometimes the goblins get out of control and we can just toss down Hercules for pretty cheap. Valkyrie, who can help us to deal with some minions quickly. Nick Fury and Mockingbird, of course, just standbys of this time period. We have our 3 basic resource, a mansion, a couple helicarriers, just to help us to, get our resource acceleration going, especially in hero form, so we don't always have to go to alter ego. And endurance for some extra hit points. I really like endurance for heroes such as Miss Marvel, where her maximum hit points is only just barely double her recovery. So in fact, you cannot go alter ego and recover twice with her and get full value. So endurance gives her the few extra hit points, makes better use of that end of her hit points. The fact that she can recover so much, and having a few extra hit points over 10 especially, it's not that small, but it's a little small. And then for our aggression cards, we have 2 powers of aggression. We have some Chase Them Downs for thwarting. Chase Them Downs is especially great with Miss Marvel, so that she can increase it to remove 4 threat. Then she can pull it back into her hand to remove another 2. 6 threat from a single minion defeated is great. Melee, which is really good with her, because it can deal 5 damage to 2 different enemies. Jarnbjorn, because we're going to be doing a lot of attacking, and so bending fists for extra damage is nice. Uppercuts, mainly because they're fist resources, but also because they're just attack events, and we're going to want to be able to deal some damage sometimes, and we're not going to always have minions, and really these attack events depend on minions. So uppercut just for the damage dealing. Relentless Assault to be able to deal with minions, and a Hall of Heroes because, well, we're going to be killing a lot of goblins. So we'll take that along with all of our Miss Marvel cards, make our 40 card deck, and we'll go ahead and get started. So let's see here. This is not a very good opening hand, honestly. Melee's not bad for dealing with the Thrall, but it's kind of expensive. I would rather have any of her other attack events. Hercules is pretty expensive right now. Hulk is always, he's not bad. He can absorb some goblin hits. Goblin doesn't hit very hard, but I don't know, he's what I want to start with. Especially with no resources. I love getting out Hall of Heroes, but I don't, honestly, I want to get set up so that next turn I can deal with these cards, because I'm going to have had 3 encounter cards, and it's just a lot to deal with. So I would like to be getting out like Embiggen and build cards. Let's see if we can just draw 6 new cards. Let's try something totally different. Alright, what do we got? We got a Biokinetic Polymer Suit, that's handy. With the big hands that can defeat somebody. We have Nick Fury. He can let us draw some extra cards so we can do more good stuff. We have a chase them down, actually, which is also great. It is a shame we can't play all of those cards, honestly. Well, that's what happens. Alright, we're going to use her Teen Spirit to discard cards until we find a Miss Marvel card. There we go. Alright, so now we have to make a decision. Do we think we're going to get more likely to get another Chase Them Down or another attack event? We're going to hold on to this one. We're going to spend these 3 and one of these 2. I think, given that we've already seen a big hands and all these other ones, I'm going to go ahead and spend Chase Them Down. And we're going to draw 3 cards. I guess if we don't get to Chase Them Down, it's not a big deal. Nick Fury can thwart. So, that's great. Alright, that's what we're doing. So we're going to spend these 4 cards to play Nick Fury. And he's going to draw me 3 new cards. We got a Relentless Assault. I guess Relentless Assault's better than Big Hands, so we'll spend Big Hands to play Amir. We're going to exhaust Amir to put one of these cards on the bottom of our deck. So I could arrange to get a wiggle room when I get there. I often like to put a Miss Marvel card on the bottom so that when you Teen Spirit, you don't accidentally run your deck out. And so it's just a question of big hands or wiggle room. I'm going to go ahead with big hands. I draw 1 card. And it's melee. Okay. Well, melee does 3 damage. Well, this only does 2. So we'll use melee. Okay. So we get to flip to hero mode. We'll spend Bioconnect Polymer Suit for 1, or we'll play melee, spending Bioconnect Polymer Suit and energy. That deals 3 damage to this Goblin Thrall, defeating him. And 3 damage to Green Goblin. Oh, interesting. All these buttons, they've been improving things. Alright, Nick Fury will thwart for 2, taking the main scheme to 0. And I'll go ahead and punch Green Goblin in the face for 1 damage. Ready all my cards, draw 5. Alright, we got a Nokia, an Endurance, and some thwarting. We're probably not going to play these cards, honestly, because the thing about turn 2 Green Goblin is he's got a lot of stuff going on. Alright, he gains 1 threat. Nick Fury will defend against him and take 2 damage, thus defeating him. And then this Goblin Thrall is going to deal 1 damage to me. And then we get 3 encounter cards. We get a Goblin Thrall. Assault. The villain attacks me anyways. Okay, so how's this work? Interesting. Why would it be sideways? Alright. So we're going to see what this is. So he's attacking me for 2 plus a boost. There's no point in defending or anything. Oh, it's Goblin Nation. I take 3 damage. He gets a threat. And then Wicked Ambitions, we discard the top 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. I get another Thrall. Now I'd like to see some melee. But that's not going to happen. Okay. So Sneak By, not very necessary. Spend 1 and a second to play Big Hands. Defeat this Thrall. I think what we're going to do, actually, is just clear off all the threat. Took 3 damage, right? Yeah. We're going to exhaust, pull it back into our hand, replay it, remove all the threat from the main scheme. Then we're going to flip Alter Ego. Amir thinks that we want a double resource on the bottom of our deck to go with that Big Hands. can't say that he's wrong. That draws a card. Then we're going to use our Teen Spirit to look for a Miss Marvel card. Hey, it's a Mutagen. Alright. We'll pay 1 for Nakia, and we're just going to use Nakia to play Endurance. Increase our hit points by 3. Ready all our cards. Draw back up to 6. So we can get out an Mutagen and a Shrink. That's really too many. I don't think we're going to play all those cards. Fortunately, we got a big hands right here. And then an energy. So we should be okay. Alright, 1 threat. Green Goblin schemes. 4, 3. And each of those guys schemes for 1. Hey, look, he didn't even accomplish that main scheme. And you would, wouldn't you? Yes. Hello, Thomas Edison. You are a bird. You are not a bird. Alright. So Thomas Edison, he schemes for 3, attacks for 1, has 3 health, and cannot take damage while you have any other minions engaged with you. So that's fun. Alright. Kamal Khan is going to use Teen Spirit to find him his Marvel card. Hey, look, it's that big hands. Amir is going to bottom deck a card that I want to have in my hand next turn. Let's make it a wiggle room. That'll be nice. And draw a card. Look, it's energy. Who could have predicted? Nakia would like me to be able to play Mutagen, I think. Shrink, maybe? Don't really need the Mutagen very much. Alright. I kill one of these guys with that. Play sneak by with that. This is just a little tricky here. So this has 6 threats, so that's going over. This has 2 threat, which means I really want to hit both of those. Play sneak by, remove 5 threat. I'm a resource short. What I would like to do is play Mutagen and Sneak By and Big Hands, but I can't play all of those cards, not if I also play Shrink. And I really want to play Shrink. You know what though? Let me go back. I'm going to go back a couple quick actions here. Alright, this was my hand. And that's those cards back on top of my deck. I'm rewinding here a little bit. That was all known information. Sorry. Discard is back in my discard pile. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. I'm not going to be able to get both Shrink and Mutagen. And I think I would like to get the other one onto the bottom of my deck. So what I could do, oh no, I didn't do this. I'm supposed to discard the top 2 cards of my deck. That's an extra encounter card. And I have no idea what I have now. Oh man, oh that hurts. That hurts so bad. And it's Master Plan. That doesn't do anything actually, it just adds 4 threat here. Okay. Well, that changes things. Not for the better. Oh, wow. That was bad. That was really bad. Alright. I think I'm still in favor of playing Shrink. Yeah, I think we're just not even hoping to deal with anything with that. We're gonna Shrink. We're gonna sneak by. We're gonna play Red Dagger. He's gonna finish it off. I could finish it off, honestly. Red Dagger could pop 2 off of this, so that it doesn't immediately advance. We'll see if we can hold him on that for just a second. And then we're gonna take a beating. Whew, this is gonna be rough. Alright, so Naki's gonna discount Shrink. Amir is gonna bottom deck that to draw a card. Miss Marvel is gonna look for a Miss Marvel card, as she does. Hey Bruno. Then we're gonna flip Terror mode. Two resources, plays Sneak By with Shrink for 5 threat removed. I can pull this back to my hand, but there's no need. I can thwart 1 last threat. And then for 1, 2, and 3, we can play Red Dagger. And he can knock 2 threat off with the main scheme. Buy us a little bit of time here. We draw a 5 card hand. Hey, look, we got a wiggle room. That's nice. Would really love a melee right now. Single melee would do me a lot of good. Alright. 1 threat on the main scheme. Green Goblin attacks me. I take this. 1, 2. Only 2 damage. I wiggle room, blocking all the damage and drawing a card. I will opt not to turn sideways. Alright. I take 3 damage. I get a single encounter card. Look at that, it's Edison, and he has his giant robot. Oh man. You know what I could really use right now? Embiggen. How about a thwart? Man. Anything? Anything? Alright. Not looking like it. Okay, so I have a mental. I mean, I have genius, but I don't want to spend that one. That's a hero action too, huh? So I cannot do it from alter ego. So that means I don't want to go alter ego, I guess. I mean, I do, but saying I don't. Well, I could take care of Edison's giant robot then. That's an option. I could spend this so that his text box is not blank. I get big hands. I could pull it back. I get big hands again. That kills the robot. I still have these 3 minions out. I still have Green Goblin. Red Dagger can thwart for 2 again. Pushing things back a little further. Alternatively, I could play big hands. I could pull it back. I could play big hands again. I have 2 of these cards left over, which I cannot use. Still have Addison's giant robot to deal with. I could play big hands, not pull it back. I could uppercut. That would kill those 2. And then me and so Miss Marvel and Red Dagger could both thwart for 3. We could knock 3 threat off this main scheme. That give me a little bit of breathing room. I'd still have Edison's giant robot to deal with next turn. I'm not sure that's better. I think these two will be easier to deal with. All I need is melee. Melee doesn't deal with this. I'm going to spend a mental. His text box is blank. 2 resources to play big hands. Exhausting to pull it back into my hand when I'm done. To deal 4 damage to Edison's giant robot. I don't know why I do that. Alright. And then I spend 2 resources to play another big hands. To deal 4 more damage to Edison's giant robot. And he is defeated. Red dagger will thwart for 2. And I draw 5 new cards. Still not seeing it. At least got a relentless assault and chase them down this time. Ooh, Hercules. He only costs 3. Well, maybe I'll get another minion. Then it'll only cost 2. If he only costs 2, I think it might be worth it to play him. And then just do a single relentless assault. Then he can kill a thing. Yeah. Alright. Anyways, 1 threat. Green Goblin attacks me. Red Dagger is going to defend this. He takes 4 damage. Now, I could spend 2 resources to pull him back into my hand. And deal 2 damage. Which puts him only 1 away from death, which makes him pretty easy to kill. But I don't know. I feel like I don't have the resources. I take 3 damage. Please don't attack me. Hey, it's a glider. Alright. Goblin has a glider. Lovely. Okay, so if I spent 3 on Hercules, I couldn't do other fun stuff, so we're not going to do that. I still can't kill Edison. So I play Relentless Assault, kill this guy, 2 damage. I pull Relentless Assault back to hand. I play Relentless Assault, kill this guy, 2 damage. I chase him down, shrunk, drops that to 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Any boost, it's going to go over. I mean, it's not like I'm going to draw a Hulk or anything. So there's basically no possibility of taking out Thomas Edison with the 3 cards, or 2 cards and a resource that I'm going to get. Yeah, I mean, I could play just 1 Relentless Assault and hang on to Hercules. I wonder if that's better, actually. Okay, suppose I did that. Let's see. If I play Relentless Assault once, boom, 2 damage carries over. Chase him down, 4 threat. I have 1 card left. Hercules costs 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have enough to play him. I don't even need to pull Relentless Assault back. Yes, this seems better. That gives me a Hercules out. Hercules can kill a Thrall this turn, and he can kill Thomas Edison next turn. Guaranteed. So that's an investment for the future. Uses these resources without wasting them. I still have to go Alter Ego. I still lose this scheme, which is going to give me more minions anyways. So, yeah. But because I get 3 resources in Alter Ego, it seems just such a shame to not use those effectively. So, Relentless Assault. This Thrall. Have it. 2 damage to the Goblin. I chase it down. Shrunk. All threat gone. Flipped Alter Ego. I use my power to find a Miss Marvel card. Amir's going to put a double resource on the bottom of my deck. It's been too long since I used him. I don't remember what else I've put on the bottom of my deck. Nakia makes the next card cost -1. I play Hercules for 3. Hercules takes the damage to kill this throw. I exhaust to recover 5. And that is a much better scenario than the one that I was looking at. Alright. Draw 6 cards. 1 threat on the main scheme. Green Goblin schemes for 1, 2, 3. Thomas Edison schemes also for 3. He completes that scheme. That usually happens at some point. Each player not engaged with the Goblin minion discards 3 cards from the encounter deck and puts the first Goblin minion discarded that way into play. 1, 2, 3. Honestly, so this card is really terrible, and I am just happy every time I see it go. So I haven't been commenting on it, but it's not the first time it's gone. All right, 4th threat. I get an encounter. Oh, sorry, and then that schemes for 1 because we're still in that part of the phase. Okay, Home by Dawn. Okay, well, I made it Home by Dawn. We got melee finally. The power of aggression. I chased them down. That's that whole thing. Main scheme cleared. I just cleared as I want it. If I do it this way instead, then I could spend 2 energy to clear Goblin Glider. Oh, I haven't done any of my stuff yet. Alright, Teen Spirit. Find me a Kamala Khan card. Amir. Old buddy, old pal. What do we want to be on the bottom of the deck? I'm going to draw this next turn. Let's make it my other wiggle room. And Nakia wants to make my next card cost -1. I flip to hero form. I spend 1. To play. Nakia make my next card cost -1. Jarm Bjorn's free. 1, 2, 3. To play melee, dealing 3 damage to this Thrall and 3 damage to this Thomas Edison. It goes 1 and then the next one, so by the time I am damaging him, I'm allowed to. I defeated a minion, attacked and defeated a minion, so I can chase it down. Being shrunk down, it was 4th threat. Also, I can spend a fist resource with Jarnbjorn to deal 2 damage. Then I'll toss out these 2 energy resources to clear the Goblin Glider. And I'll just hang on to a wiggle room. I have 2 wiggle rooms. That's actually probably more than I want. I probably shouldn't have bottom decked a wiggle room. You know what? Let's hang on to a Relentless Assault instead. Sure. Oh, and then Hercules punches him for 3. So we draw to 5. This gives me an encounter card. Oh right, and Biggin, that's what I had bottom decked. 5. Hey, it's Hulk. Maybe I'll play him this time. Okay, 1 threat on the main scheme, because there is +X, where X is the number of goblins in play. 1 goblin. By the way, the goblin creatures serve green goblins every command. Stop him before his monstrous militia overruns the city. That's what he's going to do. He's going to overrun the city. Alright, he attacks me for 2. Plus a 1 boost. That's enough that I can wiggle room it. Which prevents 3 damage and draws a card. I took no damage, he gets no threat. We get another encounter card. He gets another Goblin Glider. Man, he fixed that thing fast. He heals 4 damage. X, where X is twice the scheme. Or twice the stage number. Interesting. So there's this thing that happened just now. There's no minions in play. I'm not super healthy. And I'm not in a great position to do stuff. So I think I'm going to flip and heal. But before I do that, I'm going to spend these 2 energy resources to clear the Goblin Glider. Alright, now I'm going to flip and recover. Oh, that made a pretty good position to do stuff. Then I will Teen Spirit for a wiggle room. Amir is going to bottom deck. I guess wiggle room? Sure. Not my top choice, but it'll work. Just draw a card. Naki makes something cost -1, so I can spend 2 to play a Helicarrier. Helicarrier makes something cost -1, so I can spend 1 to play Embiggen. I don't think I actually care. I'm not going to hold that. We're past the point where that would be markedly useful, I think. Okay. Goblin schemes for 2. And then this guy schemes for 1. Then we get an encounter card. And it's a Goblin Knight. Alright. Not too bad. We've got 5 threat left on there. It was fine. I would love to get a chase them down. That let me fully clear the main scheme. I mean, I can sneak by. Whatever. It's not a huge deal. I have a pretty well built board at this moment. Yeah, I think Amir is just going to bottom deck this double resource. Try and set myself up for a future turn. And draw 1 card. And then Kamala is going to go for a Kamala card. Oh, good, it's Bruno. It's actually kind of helping to get Bruno hurt. Alright, so we'll play Bruno. And Bruno would like one of them things. So we can play melee. We can play Relentless Assault. I can put one of those back in my hand. Nope. Okay. We can play melee, and you can use uppercut. That kills both of those minions. Then we can play sneak by. Melee with Jarmjorn and Embiggen kills both of them. Shrunk sneak by clears most of that. I can thwart it for 1 more, I guess. Why not? Yep. So I think I'm happy with that. So flip. 1, 2, 3. Melee. With Embiggen, that deals 5 damage. And 5 damage. then I will spend a fist after my hero attacks to deal 2 damage. Then with 2 resources, I will sneak by, shrinking down. That was crazy. Alright, for 5 threat, and then for 1 more threat, I'll hang on to Hercules. He can take a hit for me or something. Not quite sure what he's going to do. Alrighty. Green Goblin. 1 threat. There is 1 Goblin enemy, so he gets 1 threat. And he attacks me for 1. For 2 plus a boost. I can't block this. Sure, Hercules can take it. Kind of like saving him up for the last, but rather not take another hit. So 4 damage on good old Hercules. I get an encounter card, and they're pumpkin bombs. I can spend a double fist to remove that, or just, you know, not deal with it. Okay. So at this point, we're pretty well set up. He's got 8 hit points left. I've kind of been slow rolling him. That's intentional, because when he gets to stage 3, we get 3 encounter cards, and ideally we'll just knock that 20 health out right then. So let's see what we can do about that. 1. 2. 3. Mockingbird. He is stunned. Alright. We're going to go Alter Ego again, without bothering to do anything. Mockingbird will thwart that to 0. We're going to look for a Kamala card. There's Red Dagger. We're going to bottom deck something. Oh, I guess I may as well have. Sorry. I should have gone ahead and punched him. Alright. Bottom deck something that would be useful to have on the last turn of the game. So let's hike that a Relentless Assault. How about? Maybe Uppercut. We'll make it an Uppercut. And we draw a card. Alright. Make a card cost -1. Spend 2 resources. Play, I guess, Red Dagger. He's as good as Valkyrie. Red Dagger deals 2 damage. Bruno takes a second Big Hands. Valkyrie's not a fist resource, so she's not able to deal damage with Charm Guard. Alright. We should be pretty close at this point. Alright, we got a Big Hands, we got an Uppercut. Sorry, I got 6 cards. Got a Nick Fury. We can do some stuff. He's stunned, but he still schemes for 5. Hope I don't die to something stupid like an advance. Alright, this is Goblin Soldier. Alright, Kamala wants a card. There's that wiggle room. Amir wants a card. The card he wants is Power Progression. Oh, how about Genius? And then we draw a card. And look, it's Strength. Alright. He's at 5 health. And this guy has 5 health. And melee does 5 damage. like it was meant to be. So I think, let's see. Okay, can we deal 20 damage after playing melee? So that would look like a big hands. And, oh, sorry. Okay, so let's just count resources in my hand. Okay, 3 for big hands. No, okay, we're using Nakia. So Nakia plus 2 is big hands. 2 is big hands. 2 is a big hands. 1, 2 is a big hands. I pull a big hands back to my deck. Hand 1, 2 is another big hands. So that's 4, 8, 12, 16, 17, 18, 19. I'm a little short, but I have an extra resource and I have an uppercut. So that does it. Alright, we don't exhaust. We flip to hero form and we... Oh, sorry. Nakia gives me a -1 discount on my next card. Bruno draws these 2 cards into my hand. I now have a humongo hand. Alrighty. So, Goblin, you thought it was bad being stunned. Alright. So, since this costs -1, it only costs a single power of aggression. Embiggened. Deals 5 damage to this guy. I take 1. And 5 damage to this guy. Oh, I didn't even need to kill him. Well, you know, it's more fun that way. Yeah, Ms. Marvel. Get your game on. Alright. When revealed, you deal yourself 3 encounter cards. Note, I'm going to get another one because I shuffled. Alright, I better kill him. So let's see if this works. 2 resources for big hands. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhaust. Pull it back into my hand. 2 resources for big hands. 1, 2, 3, 4. I spend a fist resource to deal 2 more. 2 resources for big hands. 1, 2, 3, 4. I could actually spend a fist resource to do 2 more again, but that's not as much as if I spend 1, 2 resources to play big hands. 1, 2, 3, 4. Red dagger deals the last 2. And the Green Goblin has been defeated. So, there we go. Took him out. He was stunned even. He couldn't even attack me. Of course, I was going to get 5 encounter cards. So, there's a good chance that that was going to ruin my day. But, bursting down that 3rd stage of Green Goblin is always lots of fun. Especially when it's a little chancy like that. I have 1 extra damage. That was not a sure thing. But it worked out. So, good times. Ms. Marvel has saved the day. People will no longer be being transformed into goblins. I guess somehow punching him a lot of times made all the smoke go away. So, anyways, yeah, I hope that was fun. If you enjoyed this, like the video and subscribe to my channel. I'll be posting, my plan is to post 2 of these a week until I'm done with it, and then I don't know, we'll see what goes on from there. Next time we're gonna move on from Green Goblin to fight the Wrecking Crew. I don't know how that's gonna work on this table, but we're gonna fight the Wrecking Crew, and who better to fight the Wrecker than his nemesis Thor. So we'll take Thor against the Wrecking Crew. I don't know, that's probably a terrible matchup, but it's Thor against the Wrecker. His Asgardian whatever crowbar. No, I don't think it's actually Asgardian, but he is often saying about how he once went toe to toe with Thor. So we'll see how that works out for him. Maybe it'll actually work out. Actually, probably won't, because the Wrecking Crew is not that hard. But anyways, lots of fun. It'll be fun times ahead, and I'll see you next time. And meanwhile, have fun.